Hey, what's going on, man? Coach Tyler here with Black Diamond Softball and Fitness, and we got a brand new episode of the Foul Pole to Foul Pole Daily Show. If you haven't checked out our stuff over on YouTube, check it out, man. It's youtube.com/@foulpole to foul pole. And if you haven't seen any of our blogs yet, we put out a blog just about every day. You can check those out at foulpole2foulpole.wixsite.com. I'll leave a link to both of those down in the description below, so it makes it really easy for you to find. All right, today I do want to get into that college softball journey and kind of put some of the myths or rumors or just really bad information that's out there, or if for that matter, just put information out there that people need to know when it comes to that specific individual journey. And there's more options out there than what most people believe. But at the same time, there's not a place for every high school softball player to play college sports. There's just not enough teams. But what happens is the information kind of gets muddy when it comes to, this number of only 7% play college ball and only 1% play Division I and stuff like that. When you're putting out stats and numbers and stuff like that, you got to be talking the same information. So without bringing in numbers and trying to confuse anybody or just putting out, misinformation, I want to take it from a different angle. And, everybody knows NCAA, Division I, II, and III. And for whatever reason, and maybe rightfully so, I don't know. But whatever your opinion is, hey, I appreciate your opinion on it. But everybody looks at Division I as the pinnacle. And it is, at the end of the day, that's where the most of the money in college sports goes to. It doesn't matter if you're talking basketball or baseball or football and softball for that matter. It's on TV. These athletes are being seen. There's NIL deals now. There's a lot going on money wise. And of course, money runs the country. So, Division I, those are the ones that you see that they go play pro. If they do go play pro, they don't talk about any of the other stuff. And then now you've got the transfer portal. Girls are moving back and forth between colleges. They're leaving Alabama to go to Oregon, and they're leaving UCLA to go to Tennessee, and just all this movement and all this stuff going on. But there are other levels to college ball. It's not just NCAA. You have the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. You guys know it as NAIA. And then also you have the National Junior College Athletic Association, JUCO, and girls are transferring in and out of there. So it's not just that Division I that everybody seems to know and everybody talks about. And if you don't make it to Division I, then you're not any good. I'm here to tell you right now, there are studs at every single level. We don't know their personal journey. We don't know their values. We don't know their academic levels. We don't know their dreams, their goals. So just because your goal may be to play Division I, or your goal may be to have your daughter go play Division I, doesn't mean that since that's your standard or that's your goal, and the people that don't hit that goal or don't do whatever that is, then they are less than you, because we just don't know. We as mentors, as leaders, as coaches, as parents, as guardians, as resources, have to provide as much information on the subject as we can so that we can educate and inform our pupils so they understand that there are options out there. There are doors that they can open and look into and see what is the right fit. So of course, again, Division I, it stands as the pinnacle as far as collegiate competition. Okay. It's intense gameplay. There's high stakes. Of course, there's national exposure. Student athletes are navigating a demanding environment between trying to keep up with the top tier academic programs that you see, while also playing at the highest level as far as competition is concerned, because there's such a spotlight put on it. I'm here to tell you that there's just as good games at Division II and Division III. The intensity is there. The competition level is there, and then when you're looking at Division II, that's where you start to see more people paying attention to the academic side. It's like athletics, like when do you have time for your academics when you're in Division I? Because all you hear about is early morning workouts, and then you have team practices, then you have video, and then you have like a study hall, and then when do you go to class and this and that, and then you have practice, and then you have small group practice, and then you have recovery, and you have this and that. So all you hear about is how demanding the athletic schedule is. So when is their time, right? There's a lot of pressure put on these athletes. Sometimes they get there to that Division I level. It's like, holy crap, when do I have time to do anything else? Back to the Division II level, the schedule isn't as daunting or demanding. There's still, again, high level ball at Division II, but there's more emphasis put on the education. There's not as much money at the Division II level, but regardless, there's still, you're playing at the next level, right? And then there is the option of transferring, hitting that transfer portal, and going and playing Division I if that's the path you want to take. Now, Division III places, an emphasis on a holistic development as far as a student athlete is concerned. While yes, they are still trying to pursue, athletics. There's Division III. You're looking at some of the highest academic level education that's out there. You know what I'm saying? Softball players at these institutions, they don't only compete at a high level on the field, but they immerse themselves in the full college experience that values an intrinsic motivation and genuine love for the game. At the end of the day, you make it to the NCAA level, kudos, good on you. Maybe you found a good fit at Division II, and that's it. And this is where you want to go. Or you found a good fit at a Power 5 school. It's in the bank account. You can go there, whatever. Or it's Division III, and you're putting more emphasis on classwork, and that's where you want to spend your time. Any extra time, you want to put it into the classroom versus your extra time, you're putting it on the ball field, right? Outside of the NCAA, there is the NAIA, and that's just a whole different ball of wax when you're talking about it. It's smaller enrollments compared to many of your NCAA schools. It's more of a smaller roster, more playing time, probably a lot that kind of goes into that. You're still playing at the next level, but it's cheaper on the wallet for the most part, in general. And there's not as much notoriety that comes with it, and there's not as much pressure. You're not going to see these games on TV, that kind of stuff. And with the NAIA, you also have the junior college level as well. So you have NCAA Divisions 1, 2, and 3. Then you have NAIA, and then you have JUCO. And of course, the junior colleges it's almost like a stepping stone to a bigger school. You're going, and it's a 2-year program. You can get a lot of your education done. You can save a lot of money. You can still play the game. Maybe you're coming off of an injury. Maybe you're dealing with some academic stuff, that kind of stuff. You're able to kind of get your foot on the floor as a young adult and kind of get settled in, and then figure out what you want to do going from there. If you're looking to showcase your abilities and continue your athletic career, and you haven't got the offers that you think you deserve, go ahead and hit that JUCO level. Get a couple years under your belt and transfer. Because if you look at it from the outside, and you look at how recruiting has gone over the last couple of years, with not just because the transfer portal is a thing now. Transfer portal, it's been there, right? It's not just some brand new thing. Kids have been transferring for years. They've changed the rules here and there, and they've made it easier without having to sit out. The window as far as you recruiting or transferring for sitting out has gotten smaller. But it used to be, man, you went and you went 3 years to a school and you graduated academically, you graduated, right? And then you could transfer, and you were a grad transfer. Now it's just like after your freshman year, this school wasn't what you thought. There's a new coach in there or whatever. So now you're transferring. A lot of the transfer level, it plays a big part in the recruiting process. So now coaches aren't going after as many seniors, or they're not putting as much weight into the seniors from high school, and they're going out and looking at transfers within the same division. So Division I schools are looking at who's transferring, see if we can go get her. And then you're looking at who's transferring from Division II, who's transferring from Division III, who's transferring from NAIA, who's transferring from JUCO. And then we're looking at high school seniors. Now, again, it's not written in stone that that's how it goes, but you can see where I'm going with that. These high school seniors, the unicorns are still going to go. These unicorns are still going to get picked up by the Power Fives and Division I, stuff like that. And you're going to go, and you could play or you could sit. But high school seniors need to understand, and juniors need to understand, that there's more emphasis put on these players that have already had some level of college ball, because coaches are able to see them. They're able to keep up with the academic programs. They're able to deal with that schedule. They're a little bit older. We're thinking they're a little bit more mature. And that's kind of how that recruiting process works when you're talking transfer portal. Again, I'm not an expert on this. I just read a lot and I talk to a lot of people and I put my own opinion on it and kind of get you guys the information. This stuff, if I've done nothing but, pique your interest into looking into different levels, not just Division I, then I think I've done my job there. Division I will always be, top dog. But there's also a place for other players to continue playing the game because it's fun and they're not out there looking to win national championships. They have other things that are important to them. For the most part, our athletes, they understand. I think it's the parents that see little Susie down the street just got a D1 offer to go play somewhere. So everybody's going to think she's better than my kid. So I got to get my kid to get Division I offers too. At the end of the day, man, when you're posting this stuff about offers and commitments, you post it on Facebook once or twice. You may get a few likes and this and that. But then here you go. Like, here's your life now. You got to live this. You got to foot the bill. You got to deal with all the stuff that comes with it. It's cool to get those likes, but those likes kind of go away over the next couple of weeks. And then now here you go. So don't just do it for social media clout. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a diverse landscape, and it's crucial not only for the players but the parents to understand that the journey is profoundly individual. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing. There is a place to play softball at the next level if you run your race and you put the work in to get there. Just because there's a place for some and you play the game doesn't mean that that's where you're going to have that option. You've got to put the work in. You got to recognize your personal goals, your values, your aspirations, and then all that's got to align, and there has to be an opportunity there for you to walk through that door. The possibilities are out there. There's more schools than you think have a program, have a softball program. But it doesn't mean that just because they have a program and you're a softball player, doesn't mean that you can just go right in there and play. I mean, there's levels to this, Every athlete has to carve out their own path and embark on their own athletic journey when it comes to softball. And there's a lot that just, they don't want to handle the pressure, whether it's playing JUCO or NAIA or even playing at a higher level where there's more eyes on it. And when I talk about playing at a higher level, that gap has shrunk over the years. With the popularity of softball, the actual talent gap from, say, Division I down to Division III, it's shrunk because you look at it, man, there's some Division II schools that will give all Division I schools all they can handle. You know what I'm saying? You look at some of these D3 schools that are legit, they can go, I guarantee they can go beat some D1 schools. Maybe not the Power Fives, but you look at some of the Power Five schools that are out there, they win like one or two games a year, right? So they're down. You look at some of the D3 or the D2 schools that are constantly in their Women's College World Series for D2 or D3, those perennial teams, look, man, they'll go out there and put a number on you. They'll run rule you. You know what I'm saying? So don't just look at it, through these blinders. Go out there and help your kids research this stuff. Talk to somebody that knows, right? Don't just take it from me. And for the ones that say like he's just, talking out of his butt, he doesn't know, blah, blah, blah. Good. Well, at least you listen to this now, and it's sparked your interest enough to look into these different levels and see what's actually truly going on. So troll on if you want to troll. You see me? All right, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode here at Foul Pole to Foul Pole Daily. If you guys haven't checked us out on YouTube or checked out the blog, I'm going to leave those links down in the description below. We've got a brand new episode of the Foul Pole to Foul Pole podcast interview version dropping a little bit later today. Sat down with Coach Corey, just an incredible, inspiring person. We didn't get into her journey through being a pediatric cancer survivor. I kind of wanted to leave that out and let the story kind of stand on its own. She spoke about it. It's on her website if you haven't checked that out. An incredible story. It's a great video that they did about everything she had to overcome as an athlete. And even climbing Mount Everest, right? She was a standout at Pitt, and she's an NFCA endorsed pitching instructor. She does a lot, man. And the girls that she works with, they are lucky to have someone like her as a mentor and a pitching coach. So that episode will be dropping a little bit later today. By the time you guys listen to this, it'll probably be out. So check that out for me. If you like this type of stuff, man, please, as always, share it with a friend. And when you do, you tell them you love them.